just Mask Monday, and we are, go ahead and give a disclaimer. I do talk about drugs, addiction, and things you do in addiction and recovery. So if you're triggered, by all means, and it's too much for you, you can go ahead and just go. And but if you do have problems with drug addiction or know somebody who has problems, there is a link in the website in the description box, and it will take you to a website with a toll-free number that's confidential. So I'm going today use the Coffee Break Natural Extract Paraben and Sulfate Free Cappuccino Facial Mask, and this is from Spa Life. I got one from Becky. I'm not sure who I got this one from. I like it. It smells really good. I've used a similar one from a different company. And you can see it's actually it's a coffee mask. Like, love it. And you can tell it's drenched in with some, I like anything that's caffeine on my face. Get that blood circulating. Or go ahead and put this on. It's got eyepieces. And I was telling Barbara, by the way, this is Sunday when this is recording, and it is Barbara's birthday. So go, Barbara's Beauty Bag. Go wish her a happy birthday down in the comments. I was talking to her. There's like these flaps. Oh my gosh, it's so fucking cold. Oh, it feels good. It sucks right on my skin. That's what I like about some of these masks. Is that they go, oh, there's no like moving around. Like when it's on, it's on. But I was talking to her like, these things here, do they make them so that you can lay back and kind of do this? I wonder. I really do. If I had known that, I would have done this while I was alone. But anyways, let me go ahead and take this down so I can see you guys. Okay, so like on the last video from last week, I was telling you guys how I went to a treatment center. It's supposed to be for 28 days, right? Oh, they lied. But anyways, when you go into the treatment center, they give you a structure. Like you have every day the same routine. You have to get up at 6:30. Your bed has to be made by 7. And I think at like 7:10 is your breakfast. Then you do a daily affirmation. Then you have a group. Then it's almost time for lunch. And you do get breaks in between where you walk around about 5 when the counselors and everybody go home, except for the techs. They stay there. There's always someone there 24/7. Except for then, about when they go home, about 5:35, you get to watch TV. And then we have dinner around 6:30. And then after that, you have enough time to get ready. And the people from AA come in once a week. Or you just watch TV and then go to bed. You have to be in bed at 10. You have to make your bed every day when you leave your room. I mean, there's all kinds of rules. The one that I was often breaking was no pairing off. I didn't understand it then. And here's one thing I didn't understand my whole life. Like this guy that I was so into told me this, and it kind of pissed me off. I was always told you can't love someone else until you love yourself. And I always thought, I love myself, can't you tell? And, but, so anyways, you're not allowed to pair off. Because pairing off is like a distraction for your addictive disease, right? Well, I kind of paired off. I mean, I didn't do it or anything in treatment. And there are some that they'll get out their windows and they'll go to another room and do what they could do. I didn't do that, but I was kind of pairing off with this one guy, and I would open up to him about everything, and I got in trouble for that. So I had no male contact. Well, see how I did is I started pairing off with a girl, and then I got in some big shit for that. And you're not allowed to change addresses. So when one's 28 days is over and they go either back home or to a long-term treatment, you're not allowed to share addresses and stuff. And I didn't understand what's the problem with that. But, so I get it now. But we would slip each other addresses and stuff, before they left. So the problem with that is I got caught. The guy went to treatment somewhere up north in Georgia, Gainesville or something. And I wrote him a letter. And any postage that you send out, the counselors get it first. And they take it to the post office. Well, anyways, they saw it. They made me open it in front of them. Anyways, they were threatening to call drug court and tell them, like, she's not following rules. She's doing everything we're telling her not to do. You know, we just don't know what to do with her. So, the 28th day is there, and I'm hoping I can go home. Well, so much for that. I'm sitting there, and they call me, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can pack my bags and go. No, they told me you're not going anywhere. Like, you're going to long-term treatment, or, like, the nurse lady is the one who told me that she's, like, the head of all the nurses, right? And she, like, head nurse, and I didn't know that she was in recovery, but she was, and she was very beautiful. I guess I underestimated that, you know, I judged her because she was very pretty and she was very young. And she told me, you're not going. And so we called my probation officer, and they were like, well, Jessica, you have a choice. You can go to treatment, long-term treatment, which is like you have to wait until there's a spot. And until then, I still have to stay in this treatment center that was supposed to be for 28 days. And then they were like, or you can just go to jail. So, you know, if you say you're not going, we're going to have some cops come and pick you up, take you to jail. And I was like, well, take me to fucking jail. I don't care. So, in the meantime, I hung up with my counselor from, you know, drug court and probation officer, and I told everybody to fuck off. I screamed my ass off at the nurse and told her she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Kiss my ass and this and that. And I said, I got a boyfriend waiting for me. They were like, girl, child, bye. You don't need no man right now. And I hated it when people told me that. But it was true. I didn't. It was a distraction. So anyways, I went back and I was waiting. And it wasn't even 5 or 6 minutes when I got out of that office. And I went back to the nurse and I said, can we call the probation officer? I'll stay. I don't know what made me turn around and do that. But they said, Jessica, this is the best decision you have ever made in your life. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so the first thing I asked is, how long am I going to have to wait here? And they're like, we don't know. We have to figure out where you're going to go. Well, the days became very long because instead of 28 days, I was there for 92. Okay? So, you know, holidays are coming along and shit. And they don't know where to put me, but they know that they can't keep me there forever. You know, because my patience is getting very, like I have patience. It was getting very thin, you know. And then I came to the point, you know, where day in, day out, I just take it another day. And there were new people coming, and then they would leave, and new people coming, their time was over, and they'd leave. And they're all telling me, and people were treating me like I lived there. And I was like, I don't live there. Or they were telling me, you know, they would be brand new. They'd be there for the first 5 days and say, hey, when I go, then I've got the shirt you can have when I leave. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm supposed to go before you. Well, anyways, I wanted to stay in Statesboro because every week these alcoholics would come in to the meetings, and their faces were familiar. And when we did get to travel out once a week to go watch a speaker meeting, I saw the same people. So it kind of comforted me away from home. So they were like, no, that program is too much freedom for you. I'm like, what do you do? Well, just go ahead and fucking lock me up, you know? So anyways, they ended up putting me in that program. And it was a program, and I lived in a thing called Shelter Plus. It's for people who are homeless, no place to live, because I didn't. And they give you a house, and you live with maybe one other person, 2 other people. You might live by yourself. Well, I moved in a house with 2 girls. So anyways, I got out of treatment. None of my clothes fit. And I got my phone, and I had to put money on it. And Oh, I'm telling you, and I was able to smoke a cigarette, and that was the first fucking thing I did. I was like, I swear I smoked and smoked and smoked, and then I went and got my phone done, and they took me to the house, and it was a pretty little house, right? And the girls that lived there weren't there; they were in class because you have outpatient treatment, right? I went to a WIOP, Women's and Outpatient Treatment. And so they showed me where I lived and where my room was, and I had nothing in it. I had a bed, that's it. No table, no blankets, no nothing. So, so I went I saw the house, and they drove me to this group because, you have group every morning from 8 a.m. and you better be on time. You have a dress code. You cannot ride with men. Men cannot ride with you. You can only ride from people with the program and only women. Otherwise, you have to walk. And there's a dress code. Like, you can't wear any stomach-free clothes, short shirt, short skirt, shorts, and none of that shit, right? Tank tops, you have to have something on if you're wearing a tank top, like at least a nice blouse. Like, there's a lot of you can't color your hair, and you can't go get your nails done. So anyways, I'm getting accustomed to all these rules, and I'm doing my little intake in the office, by this new women's outpatient thing. Anyways, so I go in and I meet the girls that are there, and some of them have housing like I do, some of them don't. Some from drug court, defects, all kinds. Some of them have DUIs, it's all kinds of things, probation, and shit like that. How much time I went? 11 minutes already. And anyways, I guess I'm finally out of the facility. I'm now in open treatment, and I'm going to be there for the next 2 years. So I'll get back to how I integrated myself in the next week in Mask Monday. But please go wish Barbara, my Barbara's beauty bag. She's my bestest friends. I wish her a very, very happy birthday. And let me take this off. Oh, feels so freaking good. Oh God, I love this. This one has the serum it's a little heavy, but it's good because I can feel my face just sucking it up. Anyways, y'all, check out the Beauty Ninjas. Of course, I'll have their playlist in my description box, and I'll see you in the next one.